Yes, I grew up in Mount Morris, and the only time I've been away from Livingston County is when I attended secondary education. Pretty typical of a small town. We lived just outside of the village, so my mother did a lot of transporting of us back and forth to school events and things. And then when I got older, I was able to ride my bike back and forth. And you know, it's that kind of security that I had as a child that I'd like to see brought back to the county. Yes, I really didn't understand what he did until I was much older. I just knew that he helped people, and that when I would meet people on the street or in the village, they would know who he was and always have something kind to say about him. So as I got older, I decided that that's something that I'd like to do. Went back to college after I was married, and after graduating from Cornell with a degree in marketing and applied economics, I decided that I wanted to go to law school. I was fortunate enough to be admitted to all the law schools that I applied to, including Duke University and Cornell, and I chose Cornell because that's where my father attended. Well, I had a little bit of a different experience going to school because I was married, and after I'd been married a few years, our daughter Taylor arrived, and she arrived right before my first year of law school. And so I didn't participate in a lot of outside groups other than the Cornell Journal of Law and Public Policy. I was the business manager. I had had experience running businesses prior to going to law school and while I was in law school, and that's why that seemed to fit my particular skill set. Well, I had really unlimited options. The education I got at Cornell would allow me to go anywhere in the world to be a practicing attorney. I chose to come back to Livingston County and work with my father because I wanted to continue the tradition that he had started. Really, the tradition is simply the ability to help people and want to provide a service to the community. He had a general practice, although he concentrated his practice in trial work. So we have a wide variety of people that we've helped over the last 54 years, and myself over the last 20 years. And now I just want to go ahead and apply those skills to help the general community as a whole. I had seen over the last year, while I was working in my private practice, that our current district attorney seemed to be highly motivated by a political agenda. Not really doing what was best for the community, but what might get his name in the paper or be something that would be advantageous to him politically. I don't think that's what the district attorney's office should be all about, and I decided that I could work within the system for the next 4 years and be a person who would complain about the actions of our current district attorney, or I could do something about them. Well, that's simple. The role is to seek justice. The role of a district attorney is for he or she to go ahead and represent the people of Livingston County and the state of New York so that they may enforce the laws of New York and make sure that all people involved in the system are treated fairly and justly. It is not to represent the interest of any particular party or any particular special interest group or oneself. One must be selfless in the role of district attorney. I've always seen as an example through my 20 years of experience that the best district attorney's offices aid in the training and the betterment of all the law enforcement agencies that they deal with. For example, Wyoming County has a program where they continually update their law enforcement agencies within that county with any new changes in the law or new developments in case law, so that the officers have the most current information to work with while they're out there enforcing the laws of the state of New York. I feel that that's the district attorney's role, is to help educate those law enforcement agencies. They have more important things to do than wonder what the latest judge said in a case. That's our job as an agency, to help them prepare to do their job to the best of their ability.
And how would you implement that?
Through a monthly training program, not only to sheriffs, but to the troopers if they're interested in participating, to the local police agencies. It's most important for all of those agencies to have the most current information so that there can be the most minimal gap within the information that they're trying to enforce and what the courts and the legislature have said.